You guys really want me to Why? This is a legitimate question. Why? This is a legitimate answer. Fuck you. Why? I really wish I didn't watch this fucking movie. Hey, give me a break. I have a girlfriend, so I'm allowed. I mean, I didn't watch it with her. Wait, was I supposed to? Can we just get this over with, please? So immediately the movie starts off with the main character, and there are definitely air quotes around character, having some melodramatic bullshit talk to, I guess, herself, the audience, someone, for some reason talking about dying for somebody she loves, which at this point is nobody. It's just being equated to her having to move into her dad's house because her mom is going on vacation. Draw the line, please, draw the line here. What is the connection here to these two? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. Is it just gonna be like this? I'm gonna level with you. Let's play a little game. I'm gonna say ding every time I needed a break from this movie. I'm not even 2 minutes in. And also ding. So boring girl and her pet cactus move into her dad's house. And then she goes to high school. And right off the bat, you're confronted with this dumbass scene of some stupid looking snooty high school girls like, oh my god, can you believe what she's... Now that thing the movie just viscerally established? Absolute bullshit. Now feed me the completely contrasting idea. Everybody either immediately wants to be her friend, knows who she is, or has a crush on her. Ding. Then the obvious vampires enter the cafeteria and are introduced via high school gossip. Ding again. So then we are introduced to Edward's Cullen. Don't get used to the name being funny. It's certainly not by the 100 trillionth time you fucking hear it. And he keeps looking at her like he's gonna throw up. And then he disappears. Aren't we supposed to be moving to the fucking plot? Hello? Ding? Yeah? Okay? Let's do something, please? And then he comes back and they have unpleasant conversation with each other. Luckily, some black dude was just as tired of the boring as I was, and tries to run her over in an intensive negrite rage with his minivan. Unfortunately, Vampire Boy jumps over and saves the boring by stopping the van, but the boring sees this and his cover is blown. Or so you'd think. The colonizer acts like a mood-swingy bitch while what's-her-fuck tries to figure out what his deal is, and there's about a half hour of just menial high school bullshit. Hey, you know what's way worse than the vampire part in Twilight? The surprisingly prevalent not vampire part of Twilight. Dang. So while Blandy McThere is nothing interesting about her, helps her frumpy friends pick out prom dresses, this is what I have to work with. Anyway, some random guys come up to the window and start making lewd gestures, and my are they suggestive. Then later that night, as she is walking home from the bookstore, the lewd gesturers corner her in a dark alley, and they're all like, hey bitch, where you going? We saw you at the dress store. We were like, you know what? Let's go all gang rape on this hoe. We go all collective peni all up in a female. Okay guys, real talk. Kristen Stewart is like between a 5 and a 6. Perfectly fuckable, mind you. Just not on a I'll work for this kind of level. And definitely not run a train on it with your bros material. That's assuming best possible scenario, by the way. Every character in this movie thinks she's pretty. It's fucking bizarre. There are like 7 of these dudes. There's only 1 of her. Think about it for a second. How hot would a girl have to be for you to go 7 to 1? That number doesn't even register to most people. Hell, 3 to 1. Anyone go 3 to 1? Would anyone go 3 to 1 on a bitch? You're gay. You're kinda gay. I'll accept your shitty vampires as much as you want. Nobody thinks she's that attractive. Anyway, luckily for, which is a boring noise, the colonoscopy is there to save the day by doing... Well, he doesn't really do anything. He just shows up. And then all the gangbangers just run away for some reason. Then DJ Colin Rollin takes Bland Sauce out to dinner, and he's all like, you would not believe what those guys were thinking. 7 to 1, no joke, so gay. Oh yeah, I can read minds, by the way, but not your mind. I can't read your mind. And then she asks if there's something wrong with her. Yes, there is, bitch. You don't fucking think. You don't fucking do anything. And then Blandarella touches his hand in the car, and it's cold. This is important. Take that down on your important pad for important things that happen. Important move. And then there's a part where she vigorously Google's information and there's a montage of past scenes. I can't really convey this via words, but the cinematography is just, it's just dang. It's just dang. God damn it. So then boring girl leads vampire bitch into the woods alone, and she's all like, I know your secret. Beep. And he's all like, well, spit it out, ho, I don't have all day. And then she says, for the thing. You are a vampire. And then he throws her onto his back and screams, I need to show you who I really am. And then he super speeds up the side of the mountain. And the Academy Award for Worst Visual Effect goes to... Well, at least the shit that we all already knew about this fucking movie is out on the table now. Anyway, Spreadward Colon steps out into the sunlight and sparkles. Let's see, superhuman physical condition, attractive, good fashion sense, thirst for blood, and he sparkles. Although the common misconception is that these are syndrome traits of a vampire, what we're actually dealing with is known as a Class 5 homosexual. Since human blood will go right to his hips, and that's hips with a lisp, by the way, not hips, the Colon Crusader has sworn off human blood, but he says that he has an insatiable urge to drink her blood because it's low in calories, and ironically compares drinking animal blood to tofu. I don't know, man, with the girl you chose. And then he's like, you better stay away from me, I'm bad news. Yeah, dick ass, clearly you want the person who you shared your most intimate secret with to go away forever. So they decide to be together despite his condition. Then there's a big boring scene where she just asks him a bunch of questions and the movie's all like, you want some exposition? Well, here's a big fuck ton of it. My personal favorite piece of vampire trivia is that Edward's sister can see the future, but sometimes the future changes. That's not seeing the future, that's lucid guessing. I have the ability to see through glass. I don't try to market it as a superpower. So then Colon Crunch decides it's a good idea to introduce his humming girlfriend to the rest of the Colons. And they're like, oh hey, we made dinner. And Edward is like, she kinda already ate. Fucking bitch! And then they slip away and dive out the window, completely ignoring the scene in progress. Then Squidward scuttles up the tree like Spider-Man with her on his back. Okay, I'm taking the Academy Award away from the previous moment. And then there's some ding-inducing boring shit. Then there's a scene where her dad is like, baby girl, have you been getting laid enough? And she's like, no, father, I prefer to stay in my room. Then she goes to her room and Shreddered Colon is there. And then he talks about how he likes to watch her sleep. And then they're about to have sex. And then he's like, no! Let's go play baseball with my family. So then they play vampire baseball that they can only play when there's a lightning storm. Because why? The noise? Is it... I don't get it. And then 3 other random vampires hear the baseballing and decide to join in. But then they see Hummin' and they're like, whoa, hold up, bro. I'm gonna hunt down and murder that thing for, like, no reason. So then he wages his eternal vendetta on Boring Girl. And Pez Lord Colon is like, we gotta get you out of here. And Blando is like, but what a father. And he's all, frankly, your father's kind of a cockblock and a fag. So she goes to her dad and she's like, yo, 7 to 1? Wait. I do not wish to be stuck here like mother. And then she runs away, and she tells Spezward that she told her father the same thing that her mother told him when she left. So wait, her mother said, I don't want to be stuck here like mother? Kinda strange phrasing, but okay. So then the Colons help the Boring Otron 5000 hide from her pursuer. What is anybody's motivation right now? Why does this random vampire want to kill this boring bitch? He hasn't had to sit through this fucking movie. Why would the Colon clan give half a shit about this? They barely even know her. Then again, you could summarize her whole personality in like a guttural sound or something, so that's probably a point in her favor. Anyway, they split up because that's the only way plot-wise that the bad guy would have any fucking chance, which begs the question of why they did it in the first place. And then Boredom Incarnate gets an incoming call on her boring phone, and it's the bad guy, and he's all, yo, bro, I got like your mom or something, so wander off alone and shit. And then she wanders off alone and shit, and he's all, whoa, fucking retard, I didn't think you'd actually do it. I don't even have your mom. This is a video cassette, I don't even. And then he starts to smack a bitch, but then out of nowhere comes Redward Colon. So he's like, fine dude, I'm just gonna fucking bite her. And then he does, and then the rest of the Colon crew shows up, and then it's like 7 to 1, so yeah, we're still on that. But then Edwario has to suck out the vampire bite from the girl arm without sucking too hard. That's gonna be a challenge in this movie. Where the fuck is the drum thing? We don't got... Okay. And then the Blandometer wakes up in the hospital, and her mom is like, bitch, you fell down the stairs. After that point, my attention span was just done. But they went to the prom or something. Ding. And Cardboard says, make me into a vampire. But Bernward Colon says, no. Get old and die. Because teenage girls are terrible. No, I don't mean that's why he said it. I mean this exists because teenage girls are terrible. Seriously? This is the movie that's been launching greasy fingers into untended vaginas worldwide? Is there some huge prevalency of a boredom fetish amongst women? If so, drop me a line. Because I'm pretty sure that after 10 minutes of listening to me talk about Twilight, you're hot and bothered and don't know what to do with your vagina right now. Me and 6 of my buddies, let's do this. 7 to 1. Just kidding. I just spent my day watching Twilight. You really think I have 6 friends?